Council Bluffs today, presented by Waldstein Plumbing. I am Todd Studer on location at Third Base Restaurant and Lounge. We are up on North 8th Street. Welcoming back Keith Jones, who, by the way, we talked about this before, Keith, that you are kind of a song connoisseur, if you will.
That might be a strong word, but I'm a collector of songs for sure.
So not just that, but you even take it so far that if there are lyrics that kind of strike you,
Yes.
you take notes. You have notes. And this is actually kind of cool. You know, my living was in music for a long time. I was a radio guy.
Yeah.
Which a musician once made fun of me with, you play it on the radio? Ha, ha, ha. And I said, well, no, I actually program the radio station. So I decide who gets played.
Yeah. Who gets played.
Right. Time.
Yeah.
My point to him with that was he was in a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. And I said, no tribute band ever has gotten radio play. And he didn't care for that. But anyway.
Put him in his place is what you're saying there? Yeah.
Anyway, what got you doing this? I mean, how far back does this go?
Yeah. So I was an English major in college. And I remember even before that, always being a fan of, well-spoken words. I have always been a person who recognized that words are important. Mm-hmm. They matter. The things we say to each other matter. Yeah. And words help us to not only communicate with each other and express thoughts and feelings, but also to teach and to preach and to inspire. It's all about words. It's all about kind of the spoken word or the written word, what we're saying, and we put those words together. So I've always been a person who was a reader. I can remember family friends who used to read to me. And my parents, of course, would read to me. So those words have always been something that was in the forefront of my mind. So when I originally went to college, my plan was to be a stockbroker. I wanted to, buy and sell stocks and dive into that. And I was very interested in that. But when I got to college, took a little bit of a divergent path and found that communication and the words that are spoken, the words that are written, was more interesting to me. So I kept a business minor, but my actual major was English literature.
And some of these things, to me, it's not just about how well someone can turn a phrase. It's about what image does that bring into your mind.
Exactly.
This ties in. I've talked about it before. I was a sportscaster for a long time. So my job was to paint a picture with words that people could see back in their minds.
Right.
Music can do the same thing. And some of these, I haven't even turned a page yet on, and some of these are, this is like dead on.
So let me explain a couple of things about the list that you're looking at. So first of all, this list came from a saved list on my phone. I carry it with me always. Okay. So these 4 pages of my favorite lyrics, my collection of lyrics, if you will, none of them were written by me. They're all written by somebody else. Right. They're almost always a song that you would know or hear on the radio, or a more common song. They're not very obscure necessarily. And they're ones that just struck me for some reason. And mostly it's because of perhaps the rhyme that I think is brilliant, but also the imagery, like you said, that it evokes. And you can picture the actual situation that the songwriter is describing and that the artist is portraying with how they sing the song.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
And it brings up a lot of different things in my mind. And is it something that I'm going to be able to recall as I'm sitting here? Now I'm getting nervous because I don't have mine written down. Some of them that jump out at me because such as the artists of the 60s and the 70s and even some in the 80s, geniuses at lyrics. Tears for Fears is one that very catchy poppy tunes, but if you dive into the lyrics of what it is they're saying, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
that's something.
I would put Bare Naked Ladies in that category, although I don't. Neither of those two bands are in this list, but I would. If I thought hard enough, there would be something I'd want to collect. Yeah, right now.
Did you put these in any particular order?
They're in no order. They're literally in the same order that they exist in my phone, which would roughly be how I collected them, how long ago. The exception would be their very first one. That was something that somebody gave to me, but nobody wins afraid of losing. Of course, Stapleton and starting over. That was probably the first one I put down. Although the Zach Brown quote, "My whole world begins and ends with you," probably in my mind preceded even Stapleton because that's an older song. So the answer is it's basically random, but it's from my phone list is where this organization came from.
What's the line, Glenn Campbell and Wichita lineman? It's, I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time.
You're getting the hang of this, Todd. I think you should really start your list, your own list. Feel free to borrow some of mine, put them on your list too. It's not exclusive to me.
So the one on here from, you said somebody gave to you from Cash.
Yes.
That just, somebody said, hey, what about this one? And it hit you.
So I was talking to a friend of mine and just mentioned to him that, and I have no idea what we were talking about, but I said, well, yeah, I collect phrases and lyrics. And he said, really? I said, yeah, I've got a list on my phone of the best lyrics ever. And he said, do you have this one? And he immediately said, it's about as insane as those who wave lanterns at runaway trains. And I said, no, but that lyric automatically makes the list.
Yeah,
and so that is from a Roseanne Cash song. And I agree, the imagery for that, especially being here in Council Bluffs, the link between the east and the west as far as the railroads go. And you think about a runaway train and waving a lantern at it to kind of direct it. It's like, there's no point. Get the heck out of the way. Yeah. So great imagery there.
Very popular song from the Eagles. So oftentimes it happens that we live our lives in chains and we never even know we had the key.
To me, that's one of those lyrics where it's like, wow, why didn't it's so simple, the words they put together. But when you think about living your life in chains and then the fact that you have the key, it's freeing, but also frustrating because it's like, wow, how long did I live in that way? Not recognizing that I had the answer to move my life forward.
Right.
Brilliant.
You have a Neil Diamond one in here, which, by the way, Neil Diamond also has, in my mind, one of the worst lyric lines ever. But I want to hear, this one's good though. So let's talk about this one first.
Sure. And that's a big, maybe one comment I would make too, is that I put down the artist who sang the song. In some cases, that artist was also the original lyric writer, but not always. And so some of these might be lyrics that I became familiar with the lyrics on the song in a second or third iteration or version of the song. So what I need to do is at some point go back and give credit to the original songwriter.
Right.
Not for the list today, but
The line that just drives me nuts. Which will,
what is it?
it's from I Am, I Said.
Okay.
And he said, and to no one there, and no one cared at all, not even the chair. Like, all right. So here, I did a social media post on this years and years ago. And I said, okay, could be one or two things. Either Neil Diamond's songwriter is a hack, or maybe it's deep imagery that the person who was his most trusted confidant as a young boy and growing up had the nickname the Chair.
Maybe, but let me throw out my theory. It's a lonely song. And so when he looks at the place where his most trusted person should be, it's actually, instead of that person, an empty chair. And so he's saying, not only is my trusted friend not there, the empty chair doesn't care what I'm saying either.
All right, sorry, Neil, I take it back.
Maybe if Neil ever listens to this podcast, he can clear this up for us.
He can clear it up for us. That would be great. Grover Washington makes the list.
Oh my. So Grover Washington, to me, this is another one that when I thought about this list, when I started pulling it together,
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, that one that has to go on it. Because when you think about this lyric, we look for love, no time for tears, wasted water's all that is. And that the line that's not on here is it don't make no flowers grow.
Very true.
Yeah. So when you think about that, it's like, man, how did he again pull those words together and kind of say, hey, the whole reason for, tears and rain together is to make things grow. And tears themselves in the context of a sad, kind of just shedding them for no good reason,
Right.
don't make the flowers grow.
Not all older artists, obviously. Carly Rae Jepsen is on this list.
I'm glad you brought that one up because I have been made fun of many times because I, like you, use Spotify and I have, I think I'm on 190 playlists. So, when you open a new playlist on Spotify, it first starts out with a number.
Yeah.
I'm in the 190 range.
Okay.
And so my friends know that I have all these playlists, so they ask me to play one of them, depending on what we're doing, what the circumstance. So I have some for tailgates, and I have some for boating, and I have some for road trips, and I have some for certain people that I'm with.
Okay.
I will actually make a playlist for them, and I'll collect those songs. When somebody says, I love this song, I put that in their playlist.
Wow.
But
That's actually pretty cool.
it is cool.
Seriously, that's a pretty cool thing to be doing.
I have a folder of people. It's called my people folder, and it's for people that are close to me. So of course, my wife has a whole folder of her own because there's multiple different playlists for her. But everybody else pretty much just one playlist, and it's generally pretty much a playlist for when we're out together having a good time, out to dinner, out on the boat, whatever. But when I choose a playlist, sometimes I'll choose sort of like Keith's favorite hits for this particular circumstance, tailgating, road tripping, whatever. And one of the songs that I include on that and often sing is the Carly Rae Jepsen song, I Can't Wait to See You Again. I don't know what about the song speaks to me other than this lyric in particular, but something about the beat, something about the song itself, it just resonates with me, and which is very strange, given that it was a recent 10 year ago, maybe popular song. And a lot of, my songs that I think of it were from my formative years, as most people think of, like back in high school. You could think of a song that takes you right back there.
Right.
So this song, though, and this lyric, before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. When you think about that lyric, it's like, before I knew you, I had a desire to spend time with you and to be with you and to know you, but I didn't know you as a person yet. I don't know who wrote that, if it was Carly Rae or a songwriter of hers, but that is, to me, a brilliant lyric of describing a longing for someone you've never even met yet.
When a family experiences loss, every detail matters. Hoy Kilnosky Funeral Home and Crematory provides compassionate guidance and personalized services designed to honor each life in a meaningful way. From traditional funerals and cremation services to pre-planning and grief resources, their experienced team is there to help lighten the burden. Hoy Kilnosky Funeral Home and Crematory in Council Bluffs. Learn more at hoyfuneral.com. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or even if you're planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered. With fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. Residential or commercial, big or small, when plumbing problems strike, they're the ones to call. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com.
You have a couple of John Denver on here, and I know both these songs. I'm a big John Denver fan.
Yeah.
There's Kathleen Madigan, a comedian, does a bit on him saying, I'm still mad at him for not checking the gas tank in the airplane. Because
For sure.
like,
Brilliant
that
artist.
gas
Brilliant artist.
crashed. But the first line from Rocky Mountain High, Uh, to me, that I hear that song and I feel Colorado.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know that until I'd been in Colorado.
Yes.
But after I
Yes.
had been,
Yes.
he captured that mountain atmosphere perfectly.
How can a songwriter and a singer do that? And obviously his name's John Denver. This is by design. It wasn't just by accident. But I agree with you. When you think of, and there's another line that comes to mind that's not on the list here, but when he says, oh gosh, now I can't think of it. But the line I put in here, which I think is also brilliant in kind of a funny way, friends around the campfire and everybody's high. And when you think about how he sings it, he extends out that note
Right.
as if the smoke rings are ascending into the heavens. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, really impressive how he did that imagery.
The line, same song of I've seen it raining fire in the sky, because he was there during the meteor shower up there. And that's where that line came from. But yeah, Rocky Mountain High, one of my all-time favorite songs. Oh, also,
Wait, I know the line. Coming home to a place he'd never been before. That is the line in the song. Coming home to a place he'd never been before. Again, you have to think about it and go, how is that even possible? And then as you consider it, you realize it's that feeling that you can't describe, but it's there. And then when you go to Colorado and you realize the wonder and beauty of it, you realize like, oh, this place feels like home. And for many people, they feel that.
yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you the story, and I'm going to try to get through it without getting emotional about it, because I've been emotional so many times. After my dad passed, we had been planning a trip on Route 66, and he had asked if we could take a detour to Bluffs, New Mexico, where he grew up.
Oh, wow.
And it's not on Route 66, but it's within an hour and a half or something. Yeah, Dad, we'll do that. And unfortunately, he passed before we could do that trip. So I took part of his ashes to Bloomfield.
Oh, my.
When I was there, my very first day there, I took all my camping stuff. So I stayed at a campgrounds, and I was talking to the gentleman that owned the campgrounds of why I was there. My dad grew up here. My grandparents used to run a cafe here in town. They built a house somewhere here. And he looked at me and said, "It sounds like you have a lot of roots here." And I felt a connection to that town. And I'd never been there.
Right. Right.
So when you say that, coming home to a place you've never been before,
Yep. Just like
had
you.
that feeling. And it was really that one man just sharing his thoughts
Right.
about me being there that gave me a connection to that town.
Right.
I wouldn't have had it.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm in good shape. Perfect. Thank you. So that in itself, yeah, I can relate specifically.
And that's the whole point of this. When you think about those lyrics, they allow you to connect to experience you've had and a very emotional experience, a connection, and a memory and all that. And it all kind of comes together. And now all of a sudden it's a songwriter singing on a radio and a person in a car listening to it. And they're like sitting next to each other. They're in the same space for at least a moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Should we rate these wings? Jumping
I
back
think
to
we
a previous
should. Let's in our previous show. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out and get the whole ratings scale. But yes, we will rate these wings. They look beautiful.
So we each got the dusted wings. So these don't have sauce on them. They just have the stripes on them. I got the garlic parm. You got.
I got the slap the old mama.
Oh, okay. I've got I've got that mix in my cabinet. Doesn't take a lot of that. All right.
I'll be careful with it.
Let's find out
Indeed, let's do
what
that.
we've got going on here.
I believe on our podcast, we did talk about the value of driver of wings.
Yes. All right. You have rated this place before. Are you keeping your rating where it's at, or are you adjusting it at all?
So it's years ago, and the rating came from the collection of the committee at the time. So me personally, I'm definitely going to say this is a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, the excellent flavor. I love the the doneness of the wing is very good. They're nice size wings, not too big. Sometimes you get a wing that's so big, you're like, like where did
chicken leg?
we just got a full chicken out here thrown out here. But I'm very impressed. Yeah, and I've been impressed before with third base. But
Yeah, third base just has, they're known for chicken.
they are.
That's what it is.
They are.
These are roasted wings,
Mhm.
and you can really taste the chicken. It's complemented with mine with the spice dusting that's on there, as opposed to overpowering.
Right.
So yeah, I'm
Indeed.
right there with you. These are easily a 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should probably eat, and through the magic of editing, we will come back and talk some more lyrics.
That sounds good.
Council Bluffs Today brought to you by GLI Insurance Group. Summer in Southwest Iowa means road trips, backyard projects, storms, lake weekends, and a whole lot more time on the go. Before the season gets too busy, make sure your insurance is ready for it. GLI Insurance Group can help you review your home, auto, business, farm, and life insurance so you know what is covered before you need it. Local people, local service, and coverage built around your life. Contact GLI Insurance Group today and head into summer with a little more peace of mind. Looking for a place to relax, recharge, and take better care of yourself? Kinetics Massage and Bodywork has moved into the Omni Center in Council Bluffs. Owner and licensed massage therapist Tina Hebner offers customized massage and bodywork designed around what your body needs, from relaxation massage to focused therapeutic work. And with the move into the Omni Center, Tina is building towards something even bigger, a larger wellness space for the Council Bluffs community. Take time for yourself. Schedule with Kinetics Massage and Bodywork at kineticsbodywork.com.
Another successful wing outing.
I agree.
More lyrics to talk about because we still got a couple of pages to. I didn't pre-read these, by the way.
It's like you're finding gems in my list. I like it.
Well, I just turned the page over and you have Hall & Oates here from Rich Girl.
Hall & Oates, Rich Girl. Yes, the Rich Girl, the song. So this is one example where I threw the song in just in case I forgot what song was that in, but threw the song name in there. But the line is, "It's so easy to hurt others when you can't feel pain."
That pretty much describes social media to a T.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Side note about Rich Girl. In the radio world,
Yeah.
the reason that got so much airplay is because stations all over the country, if they were an ABC affiliate, had to hit the news hard right at the top of the hour, right at noon, right at 1 p.m., right at 2 p.m. Had to hit it hard. So there's something called back timing, meaning that you need to start paying attention to where you're at probably about 20 minutes before you can start timing out songs.
Yeah.
Rich Girl was a little over 2 minutes.
It's one of the shortest songs that was ever recognizable. Right? Yeah.
Where when you flip that and you put in Hotel California, that's a bathroom song. Now you got time to make it to the bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
This is before automation. So anyway, that's a great line though, and something that just kind of hidden in there. Rich Girl's this poppy little song,
Right.
but there's gems.
So found sort of, phraseology that the lyrics possess. So the next one is one that most people probably won't know unless you've seen the movie A Man Called Otto.
Okay.
The theme song in that movie is where this lyric comes from, and the artist is David Hodges, and the lyric is, "Voice like an echo, I can't hear anymore." And so you think about an echo, the reverberation, and you hear it for a long time, even after the word has long been spoken and moved on. But it's still there, but you can't actually hear the echo anymore, but you still feel the reverberation of it.
Yeah, you're proving that doesn't matter genre,
Right.
doesn't matter era. Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah. Another probably more obscure artist, definitely in the country genre, sort of the outlaw country. But yeah, you ain't got to read between the lines, but you just got to turn the page.
Very true.
And I can't read that line without hearing the song. So that's another kind of element we haven't talked about, which is when you hear the artist singing that line, that's an iconic line that
Yeah.
a good phraseology, but also just a sort of a magical melding of the lyrics and the music together.
We talked about the Ashley McBride song already.
Yes.
Brett Young. I don't know that I know this one.
Yeah. So in case you didn't know is the name of the song, and that is part of the lyric here. This is one that it's off my list that has my wife's name on it because it really says some things that are hard for humans to kind of acknowledge and even say, to find the words to describe. But this lyric really does a good job of that. And so the lyric, of course, is, even though I don't tell you all the time, you had my heart a long, long time ago, in case you didn't know. So it's sort of acknowledging that this is so real for me, but I have to step back and realize that I may not have communicated that to the person that I feel this for. And so I have to say that phrase in case you didn't know, and try to say those things that are sometimes left unsaid and shouldn't be.
Oh, you pulled one out from Piano Man.
I mean, you can't have a list like this, and you'll notice I gave credit to William Joel,
Yes.
obviously Billy Joel, but this is sort of like, we're not just talking about this song that everybody knows. We're digging into the lyrics and finding in that lyric what I think the brilliant one here, that it just again takes me to this place where there's a guy singing and playing piano. But the manager gives him a smile. He knows that it's him that he's coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And you think about that, it's like, yeah, that describes why people go back to these places, because they had a great time singing along with a guy on a piano.
Right.
And they disconnected from their cares and troubles and just had a great time.
Four Seasons. Yeah, this is to me, this is, even though the first line, December 1963, to me it's still, it feels like a summer song. Yeah, to me.
It's often played in the summer. It's often quoted. It's often celebrated. And yeah, the line is I felt a rush like a rolling bowl of thunder. Again, the imagery, but also the feeling, it's lightning and thunder together. And they're putting that line in there, and you just feel it like a rush. It's it's like we're sitting in a rainstorm, and all we're doing is listen to a great lyric.
After that, actually putting the songwriter in there from Journey.
Yeah.
This Jonathan Cain, who actually, some of the stuff that he brought to Journey, this is going off on a sidebar, is stuff that John Waite turned down with the Babies. And because he came in for that final album of the Babies, and that was Jonathan Cain on there, and great songwriter, actually took Open Arms to John Waite, who said, that's a junk song. And Journey has a number one hit.
Yeah. So in this case, I did take the step of actually looking up who wrote the song. And and the line, of course, is, I get the joy of rediscovering you.
From Faithfully.
And you think about that line, I get the joy of rediscovering you. If you were to say that to a person and mean it, it's like that's a very powerful kind of feeling of someone having joy of rediscovering someone they've been disconnected from physically, but probably not emotionally ever.
Michael McDonald. You brought in Michael McDonald. Yeah. This is probably after his time with the Doobies.
So this would be the song. I can't think of the name. It's like it's about the character in the song. I can't think of the name of the song, but trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created.
Is that I Keep Forgetting? Is that the song?
No.
No, not that one. Okay. Somebody Googled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please help us out. Put it in the comments, if you would. But yes, trying hard to recreate what had yet to be created.
Uh, no surprise seeing a Miranda Lambert song here. Yeah, she's been known to turn a phrase.
Yeah.
If you will.
Okay. And this line, to me is sort of like people can get into topics that are controversial, politics, religion. And to me, what she's done with this lyric is said, if you look beyond sort of the religious aspect of all the things that, that we can attribute to being a follower of Jesus, she's saying Jesus was brilliant because he was a person embodied in a physical form. And I would get along just fine with somebody that even is the son of God, because he also has a human relatable element. And so she sings, I heard Jesus, he drink wine, and I bet we'd get along just fine. He could calm the storm and heal the blind, and I bet he'd understand a heart like mine. So yeah, I give her credit for sure.
You have as he was described once on the Oscars, Uncle Bobby, Mr. Dylan.
Yeah. You couldn't have a list like this.
I think Jack Nicklaus called him Uncle Bobby.
You could not have a list like this without Dylan, obviously well known for the lyrics and the poetry that he put into song. And he's got several. In this case, again, a friend shared this with me when I shared with him that I had this list. He said, well, on that list, you have to have the Dylan line, you do or don't do, but you do it well. And I didn't have that on the list, but I added it because my friend shared that with me. So
it's actually, there's a lot going on in that line.
yeah,
There's a lot going on in there.
I agree.
And, to me, it's saying, even when you choose not to do something, you did that for the right reasons. You do that well too. So that's pretty deep.
Again, the writer is recognizing brilliance in probably a significant other or a close friend, but recognizing that what they choose to do or not to do is sort of like a symphony.
Right. Lance Baker Fent. What am I looking at here?
So Lance Baker Fent is a artist that is from Council Bluffs.
Okay.
He was in a band called the Peanut Butter Conspiracy. And he has written a lot of lyrics and created a lot of music out there. This was a line that was one of his favorites that he had written, which is say what you do and do what you say, from the song The Way. And it related to that Dylan lyric. So that's where
It's very similar to the line that my favorite line from the Avett Brothers, which is decide what to be and go be it.
yeah,
I love that line.
Yeah.
Just love it.
and go be it. Right.
All right. Oh, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm guessing he didn't write it, but
Probably
he
not.
did perform it.
He did perform it. A relatively recent song, but Band-Aid on a bullet holes, the name of the song. And, and he says that trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, really good imagery of something that's, sort of like futile. And then he says it just don't do me no good at all. And I love the simplicity of that line of, don't do me no good. It kind of speaks to people. It's sort of like we're telling it like it is. And even when you don't use proper English, you can say something beyond just the words that you put together there. So
Jump over and grab the other Morgan Wallen song that you have here. Too.
Yeah.
This seems like it's more proper English.
yeah, I lived out the words in 1,000 old sad country songs. Same song. But I also agree with it. And I like that because it relates back to what we're talking about. There are 1,000 songs. Wouldn't you think we would get to the point where it's like, no more songs can be written. It's already been said.
Right.
but we will never get to that place, which is exciting to me because that means the list keeps on going and other people get to be added to it.
We've heard the chord progressions, we've heard different beats, but how you turn the phrases and the different words in there, yeah,
It's never ending.
there's something in there unique.
And it's very personal to those who wrote the song, but they've shared it with us and we can enjoy it.
You heard a John Legend song that spoke to you.
Yeah. I want to be with you even when we're ghosts is the John Legend lyric. I don't know what song that's from, but when I heard the lyric, I thought that's a great line. Again, it's saying beyond this lifetime, I will still, be wanting to spend time with you. Whoever he was writing that line.
I think the last one on this list, this sounds like something you'd hear in church. Is that where that's from?
So Bethel Music is a often Christian contemporary played band, and Stephanie Gretzinger is an amazing singer that was attributed to that group. At least at one time, she's also got her own solo career. But this line, "Let the King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song." Again, when you think about the lyrics, "He is my song," saying just how powerful a song is, and then saying, "That's my song. It speaks to me," and it relates to the relationship she has with her creator.
I'm a big fan of you putting this together, Keith, because this is how can a person live a full life? You pay attention to what's going on around you.
Right.
And this is you paying attention. It is. And these are the types of things that can just slip by. And it's on the radio, not really hearing it, but something about that jumped out again. It jumped out hard enough. And you said, wait a minute, I got to put this, I got to document this because this was that important. This is how paying attention to the small stuff to me.
And I love that you're recognizing it's kind of like giving some thought, remembering something, celebrating something, and and sharing it with somebody else.
Real quickly before we wrap up, you talked about putting song lists together.
Yeah.
I had a friend passed away a number of years ago, put together a CD for me of what he considered to be oldies. And so he was a self-proclaimed hippie from the early 70s. I think he graduated high school in 1971. But he put together this CD for me and then hand wrote the playlist. But what he did not do is tell me who the artist was or the name of the song. He said, first cut. This was where I was at the first time that I heard this song. This is what this song reminds me of. 15 different entries. No song, no title, no artist.
Right.
Just what that song meant to him.
Yeah. How personal.
Could be the coolest gift I've received in my life. And I don't even know that he realized just how cool it was.
Right.
What he was putting together there. But that's what music can do.
Yep.
And I've got my own playlist. I got something on Spotify that I affectionately call Todd FM. And it's just all the songs that I like.
Yep.
There's not a lot of you'd be hard pressed to put them into a specific genre. But to me, they do have a common theme.
Right.
Other people would feel something different. These are the songs that spoke to you.
Right.
This is really cool.
Right.
This is really cool.
It's great. We get to share this with those people that created these things. I give them credit. And again, I'm going to add the lyrics, the person who wrote the lyrics at some point, but it's a way that we can share collectively in a feeling and an emotion, and the lyrics bring it out for us. So,
Well, I
what we love about music.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Council Bluffs today. Just two friends sitting across with some chicken wings at third base and talking some music. This is what lunch is about. This is what you should be doing with your downtime, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's a worthy enterprise.
You know, our presenting sponsor, Waldstein Plumbing, third base is one of his favorite places. I've been there with him more than once. watched a Hawkeye bowl game in here one time. So it's a great Hawkeye bar.
Shout out to Travis and the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks to them. Also, we thank you for watching this episode of Council Bluffs today. We'll be back very soon with another one. My name's Todd Studer. Take care.